If you're thinking about drinking ayahuasca, you need to watch this video. You might have heard about different people talking about their transformative experience with ayahuasca, and naturally you're asking yourself, is it something that I should do as well? And this video gives some perspective on it if you are ready for ayahuasca or not. And the interesting thing is, my point of view on the whole thing has actually changed over the years. So, the way I thought about it in the past is I saw my own personal transformation, how it helped me with so many different things, and not just my own personal transformation, but also transformation of other people who I share the ceremony space with. So when somebody will tell me about their struggles, and I experienced those same struggles myself, and ayahuasca helped me with those, I would naturally share that. Or maybe even somebody else who I shared the space of the ceremony with, I was thinking, hey, if it helped me, if it helped somebody else, it is most likely going to help the other person as well. And the way ayahuasca works, it brings the unconscious to the conscious. And it's very powerful because when we really change is when we truly deeply understand our limitations, things that we have been doing wrong. So if somebody else tells you something, you a lot of times brush it off. But when you deep down experience it, there's a shift happening. And this is a part of the ayahuasca ceremony. So you become aware of yourself. It's a mirror to your soul. And you gain more awareness while you do what you do. You gain a different perspective on certain areas of your life, and then really decide if that's something that you want it to be a part of you or not. So it's very powerful medicine. And one of the big reasons people are not drinking ayahuasca is because they're afraid. And personally, I mean, have you made a decision based on fear in your life? I know I certainly have, and it didn't work out so well for me. How did it work out for you? And because of that, I think it's important to understand, okay, there is fear, but not be controlled by the fear. So we stay in the same space that we are right now than we were 2 years ago. And in 2 years, we want to, grow and not be controlled by that fear anymore. And in a way, fear is an illusion. And you probably heard of that yourself as well. But maybe your experience is different. There's something that you are afraid of, and it feels very real to you. And in a ceremony setting, it's also possible to experience that fear. And you experience that in a very safe container, in a safe space. And you can feel it, you can go through it, you can get a new perspective on it, that it's not as bad as you thought it would be now that you have gone through it in a ceremonial setting. And it can add a lot of things to your life. So that's one aspect of it, but of course it's also takes a lot of courage to look at those aspects of our life that we have been hiding or running away from. The conclusion to my past way of thinking was, okay, it helped me, it helped a lot of other people. If I hear something that is common there, it can probably help that person as well. The most likely reason they're not doing it is based out of fear. Fear is never a good reason to not do something. So that person, ayahuasca would be beneficial for them. However, but with going more on this journey, I start to gain different perspectives as well. And the first one is it's a very personal journey, and everybody's journey is different, and you might be ready for it, and other people might not be. So I believe deep down we know all the answers in our life, and we have to find that master within. And hopefully, these questions can help you undiscover if you are ready for ayahuasca or not. And the first one is, how do you feel when you think about ayahuasca? Also, do you feel it will be beneficial to you? And do you know a space, also very important, where you can safely go into that experience? So those are a couple of questions. However, the most important one is to understand that ayahuasca is not a magic pill. It's not going to solve all of your problems from today till tomorrow. It's actually a very deep and intense process with a lot of times ayahuasca is accelerating. So the question you should be asking yourself, are you ready for that journey within? Are you ready to face those parts of yourself that you have been running away from? And maybe your quick answer is like, no, I don't want to feel that. But really not, don't listen to that ego voice, but deep down, if you are ready to receive the healing that you're looking for, Also, there's some reasons why you shouldn't drink ayahuasca. And the first one, very obvious, if you have a medical condition that would contradict ayahuasca. The second one is, do you want to do it to gain an experience? Is it because it's somewhere on your bucket list and you've always wanted to do it? Is it because you want to prove something to somebody else or even yourself? Is it something that you want to do to enhance your ego so you can tell your friends about it, or like, oh, I did it as well? Do you want to do it because you feel like you're missing out if you're not doing it? Another not good reason to drink ayahuasca is to meet people with a romantic interest. There's so many different events that you can go to do that, but ayahuasca is not the place for it. It can happen or develop if you meet somebody in a retreat. However, that shouldn't be the reason that you're going to one. And another reason why you shouldn't drink ayahuasca is because you want to hallucinate or see some sacred geometry and you want to fly off to space or whatever. Ayahuasca is exactly the opposite of a recreational experience. However, there's some beautiful reasons to drink ayahuasca. One of them is if you really deep down understand your current way of thinking, being, is not serving you anymore, but you, for whatever reason, you cannot break out of that pattern. It's very good to drink ayahuasca with an open heart to receive this medicine of the jungle. Another good reason to drink ayahuasca is to let go of emotional pain, to let go of trauma, to let go of compulsive activities that you're doing, of compulsive overthinking, all that kind of stuff as well. Ayahuasca is helpful when you have anxiety as well, because anxiety, in a lot of cases, is a stored emotion in your subconscious, which you then can let go in a ceremony. Another good reason to drink ayahuasca is to forgive others and to forgive yourself as well. So those are, a little bit of the darker, deeper, I want to let go of all that kind of stuff. My first intention when I drank ayahuasca was become the best version of myself. So you can also do it to cultivate more joy, more compassion, more love into your life. So are you ready for ayahuasca? And the truth is, only you know. And I hope these questions and these insights can give you a perspective to feel deep down if you are ready or not. And if you're not, it's totally fine. There's so many other spiritual practices you can do to start connecting with yourself. And at the right moment, you will be. So what will be your reason for doing ayahuasca? Feel free to share it in the comments. Also, if you have done it, feel free to share your experience as well. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so more people get access to this information, and subscribe to this channel so we see each other in the next video.